Well, right now, the House Ways and Means Tax Subcommittee is holding a hearing on the need for tax reform. This just as the president and his advisors say they're still working on a plan to cut taxes with all that nonsense on health care. But will tax reform be just as difficult to extract from Congress as a health care bill? Austan Goolsbee, former Obama economic advisor, joining us now. Now, Austan, you and I have been friends for a while. We know we don't agree on certain things on taxes, but let's try to find a point of agreement. Would you at least agree that corporate tax rate is too high?
Yeah, if you broaden the base and lower the rate, we've agreed many times that'd be a good idea.
Bingo. And that's exactly what Simpson Bowles said back in 2010. Simpson Bowles, for those who don't remember, was a bipartisan committee set up by the guy you used to work for, President Obama. Simpson is Republican, Bowles is Democrat. They came to certain agreements. They said, get rid of all those special deals that the big corporations get that lead them to paying nothing in corporate taxes, bring everybody's tax rate down, and you may even end up with more revenue, right?
Well, theirs was not a tax cut. I think one of the problems that we have now
I'm sorry, it was a tax rate cut. They wanted to lower it to 28%. Go ahead.
They wanted to lower the statutory rate to 28%.
Correct.
But on net, this was a big revenue increase. So there were going to be some winners and losers, but there are going to be more losers than winners.
Well, but that's okay, because the winner would be, there would be more economic activity as a result. Instead of companies who can't get the deductions going to Ireland or something where they have 12% corporate rate, they'd stay here.
Well, that part's attractive.
Yeah, it sure is.
That part was attractive, but it wasn't a laugh. They did not make a Laffer curve type argument like the one that it sounds like you're making. If we lowered the rates, it would actually generate more revenue.
Let me disagree with you, and let's deal with individual rates now, because they did suggest lowering individual rates. The lowest rate, and this is by keeping certain deductions like the mortgage interest deduction, the charitable giving deduction, others. The lowest rate would be 12%. The second rate would be 22%. The highest rate would be 28%. Do you think that was a good idea? Because that sounds very Trump-esque.
Well, but you keep leaving out the most important part, which is they actually broadened the base more than they lowered the rates. It was increasing taxes, not from some Laffer curve. It wasn't the Laffer curve.
Hey, listen, we're all...
They got rid of more deductions than they cut the rates.
We agree more than we disagree. You'd like to make us disagree, but we don't. I agree that the base...
I don't want to disagree.
Well, the base, then let's all agree. The base should be broadened by getting rid of the special deals for people that don't deserve it. We should all be treated by the same rules, correct?
Yeah, I agree with that.
Well, that's broadening the base, and that's a good thing. So do you think the fact that you and I can agree on certain things will make it easier for Democrats, maybe some Democrats, no Democrats are going to come on with health care reform, but would Democrats come on with a tax reform plan, since at least you and I agree?
You know, they might if they stuck to the part that you and I agreed on. But, you know, when I see the president speaking, I kind of think he might not have learned anything from this experience on health care, which is they went at it with a 100% partisan approach, and they couldn't even maintain that. No. They lost Republicans.
There was nonpartisanship on both sides, Austan. You really think the Democrats would come over on health care?
Yeah. They could have, for sure, if he had started here are 6 different ways, let's try to fix Obamacare, rather than let's try to repeal it.
I would say you're naive,
taxes,
but I know you were in the Washington for a while.
They're starting with the equivalent of the repeal, David, I'm telling you.
Yeah. Well, the way to get it done then, I think, is just to in piecemeal, agree those 2 things that we agreed on, individual tax base broadening and corporate tax base broadening by lowering rates. If they could just take those 2 things, they may actually get something done. Austan Goolsbee, always a pleasure, my friend. Thank you very much.